What's up everybody, welcome back to the Art of Crypto, the birthplace of absolutely legendary gains. In this video we are going to take an updated look on Polkadot and figure out exactly where Polkadot is going to go next. Now I know there has been a lot of talk about Polkadot going all the way down to $9, and right now we are going to take a deep dive into that and find out whether or not Polkadot is indeed going back down to $9, or perhaps we are going to move higher, or perhaps it might go even lower than $9. So let's figure it out. So to kick things off, we have to first start off on the daily chart, and we sort of have to identify what's going on. So if you just take a look at the volume profile right now, and by the way, this indicator is called the VPVR, or rather visible range, and FYI, you need a paid TradingView subscription to use this, and trust me, it's worth it too. Just invest a little bit in the only tool that you're going to need as a trader. If you go into the description box below, there is a $30 off promo code, so check it out. So if you just take a look at the VPVR right here, you can see that there is zero volume in between $15 and $10, which is why you're seeing Polkadot absolutely just bleed out right now, and it is likely to gonna continue to bleed until at least about $10.6 ish. Right, we're just going to mark down this level. It could be a little, like a touch higher at about 10.7. I do believe that Polkadot is just going to continue to dump at least until $10.7. However, that is not the be all end all of all of this, because if we just take a look over here, if you notice that this massive move upwards started with this last bearish candle right here, or rather two bearish candles. So this is what you would call an order block, which basically just means that this is an area of untapped liquidity, which means the institutions are like this massive dump right here. By the way, this is caused by institutions, right? There is no way retail will be able to dump the markets like this. This right here, this is retail. Yeah, this is retail. This is retail, but these are institutions. So as a retail trader, there is no way that we can fight against these institutions, because their order sizes are literally in the hundreds of millions, if not billions. So don't even try to go against these institutions. Just learn to look what they're seeing and follow in their footsteps. Right now, they're leaving clues. This order block right here means that the institutions are likely to push the price down to at least $10.5, or rather $10.7. So am I saying that it's just going to dump and that is the be all end all? No, not exactly, because if we go down to the 4 hourly, it will tell us a different story. So if we actually go down to the 1 hourly, if we just take a look at this right here, now this is exactly like what I like to see. This is what you call a falling wedge pattern. Like if we just draw a trend line, right, just roughly, I'm not going to draw it from there, but if we just draw a trend line, just roughly, something like this, you can see that the price has pretty much been following this descending channel sort of thingy, which means that Polkadot is actually gearing up, right? Either it's going to dump all the way down to $10 before bouncing back up, or it's getting ready to find a double bottom at this level right here at 11.7, which is a level that you're going to want to pay attention to, because if Polkadot does come back down to this level and then break out, then that is going to be your bullish entry. In fact, if that happens, I do anticipate Polkadot perhaps going up to, I don't know actually, there is a lot of protected highs before the road upwards. And what I mean by protected highs is simply, if we just take a look at all of these swing highs back here, this is what you call a protected high. And what that simply means is that, remember when I said that this move right here is caused by an institution and not retail, because retail has no way of moving the markets. So basically protected highs simply means, well, if an institution is dumping, it would make sense that they are shorting the market, yeah? So imagine if the institutions were short, why would they let the price actually break a swing high? If it breaks this swing high, then that would confirm that, you know, things are bullish. In fact, right here is another protected high just before I miss it. So these are all protected highs, and these are levels that you are going to want to watch. And the way that you use these protected highs is you want to look for them to get violated. So violated as in, you know, you want to see them back get attacked. So you want to see the price actually break above this level, right? Which means this level at 12.572 is going to be a key level to watch out for, because until the price actually shows a sign of breaking through this level, Polkadot is actually still in a bearish trend. In fact, a very bearish trend. Now, back to the thing about protected highs. The reason they are protected is because the institutions who are going short, like, why would they let the price come back up here? Because, you know, if you break this high, that means that you have just formed a higher high. and potentially a higher low. That means that it's finally bullish, which means the sign that you want to look for bullishness is for Polkadot to actually break this level at 12.572. And the second thing that you are going to want to look out for is you want to draw this trend line on your own chart. And you want to look for a breakout of this pattern. So if I just remove everything right now and we draw another trend line from here to here, you can see that this is a very beautiful textbook trend line, which means you're going to want to mark down this level at 12.274. And if the price does break above this level, then that would mean that it's breaking out of this downwards consolidation, which means that that is going to be your bullish entry. So the way that I would trade this is, as the price is breaking out of this pattern, I would enter along with the breakout, and that is going to be entry number 1. The second entry is I'm going to want to mark down this level at 11.7. Now, let's just go back onto the daily chart and see if we have historically found support on this level. And you can see that indeed we have. So this is a strong so-called support level. So if we come back down to the 1 hourly, you're going to want to look for Polkadot to come back down to this level and form a double bottom before moving upwards. And the way that you're going to enter into this trade is you're going to enter your trade around there, and you're going to place a long position, and you're going to place a stop loss possibly about 3% below this line, because if the price does fall 3% below this line, then you know that your trade has been invalidated. And there is this saying that I always like to say, is that the best traders are, like, even the best traders are wrong about half the time, and yet they are still incredibly successful and they still make a lot of money. So the way they do that is because they manage their risk properly. They do not let any single mistake wipe them out. In fact, it is perfectly fine to be wrong in trading. So if you do go for this long right here, we will just then extend this trend line down a little bit, and what's going to happen is it's going to break out, right? I'm sure you can see this. So the target for at least the take profit targets is actually going to be all of those protected highs that I was mentioning. So in this case, the take profit targets for this trade is going to be about like this. And if we just draw it up here, it's about a 20% bounce. Now, am I saying it's going to get all the way to 14? No, absolutely not. So that's why you scale out as well as scale in. So for example, as the price gets to here, maybe you take 25% of your position off the table. Over here, you take another 25. Over here, you take another 25. Over here, you take another 25. That's what you call scaling out, because nobody knows where is the exact top. Nobody knows where is the exact bottom. All we can do is take a calculated guess and take calculated risks. And if you are thinking about something else, like, oh, if I take profit here, what if it goes higher? That means I'll be missing out on potential gains. Listen, I've been there and I hear this a lot from beginner traders. Like, let me tell you this. In trading, the moment you open a position, everything that you do from that point on is painful. Like, just take a moment to think about it. If you, let's say, you take profit too early and the price keeps going up, like, sure, that's painful. But what if you do not take profits, the price goes all the way up to here and it comes back down to your entry and even stop you out? Would that be more painful? I'm sure it would. So in this case, you have to pick the pain that you're comfortable with accepting. In this case, I'm perfectly fine with taking profits earlier. So this is going to be the bullish scenario. And if you're enjoying this video so far, it would help me so much if you could just drop a like button. It's a really small gesture, but it really helps out a lot. So right now, let us discuss this thing about Polkadot going back down to $9. And in fact, if we go back onto the daily chart, and if you just take a look at the VPVR again, you can see that until we reach about $10, we actually do not have much support, like, at all. So, oh, and by the way, for those levels for the breakout just now on the bullish scenario, you're going to want to rewind this video and pause the video so that you can mark down the exact levels that I'm giving you, because right now I'm giving you literally the exact levels to pay attention to, and if you can't even bother to mark down those levels, then there's nothing more that I can do for you. So Polkadot, back onto the topic, yeah? So remember how I said, like, let's just mark down this area right here as an order block. And again, order blocks are simply untapped areas of liquidity. That means that institutions will very likely push the price down to order block levels before making Polkadot bounce. And in this case, I do anticipate that happening. So we are gonna immediately want to mark down this level at $10 spot on. You can start dollar cost averaging. And remember just now when I talked about scaling out, in this case, you can scale in as well. In this case, I'm going to mark down this level at 10.7 because this is the top of the order block, technically. Like, the order block doesn't technically start until this point on, but just to be safe that we get an entry, we're going to mark down this level at about 10.7, 10.8-ish. So that in this case, it's going to be about 10.75 and $10. So these are two levels that you're going to want to watch out for, and what you want to see is Polkadot come into this level like really quickly and bounce. Right, and by really quickly I mean perhaps a couple of hours. Like you can just go onto like say the 5-minute, and I want you to go Google up Wyckoff accumulation. What you want to see is an accumulation pattern, right? Either a inverse head and shoulders, this is going to be an accumulation pattern, either a double bottom, a complex inverse head and shoulders, I don't know, whatever. All you want to see is a bullish pattern, right? Especially if you see an accumulation pattern, that is going to be a brilliant time to get into Polkadot at these prices. Now, if you do get into these prices, I do believe that this will be the exact bottom for Polkadot. I mean, no holds, like I cannot guarantee anything, but I can say that these two levels are going to be good prices to get Polkadot at, simply because you are pretty close to support. Not only that, but look at how much volume support you have over here. That means that according to market participants, at least, this is a fair price to buy Polkadot, which means very likely you're going to see a good amount of people start buying Polkadot here. So if you do get in on both of these entries, you're going to want to set your stop loss, probably like it's going to be hard, right? It's going to be a pretty wide stop loss. In fact, I'm actually going to add a third dollar cost average position. So basically, if you had $1,000, what you want to do is maybe go $250 here, $250 here, and $500 at the last position. And what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to mark down the stop loss, which I presume like a good stop loss. Man, honestly, when we're dealing with daily order block, like these wicks are so long that it's a bit hard to figure out a adequate stop loss, but we are just going to go with probably here, right, at about 8.5. Now, this is a very wide stop loss, and the reason that this is a wide stop loss is because we are anticipating the price to bounce at these two levels and at most at this level. So actually, because we are anticipating the price to bounce from those levels, we are going to set our stop loss just a tad bit under 8.7-ish, right? 8.65. So this is going to be the final stop loss if you do take this trade. Again, all I am giving you is a trade that has a higher success rate, or at least a higher chance of playing out in the bullish direction. So if you were to buy Polkadot at these prices, it would be what you call a fair price to get it. Now again, this is not financial advice, but I'm just telling you there's a high chance. So at least in the near future, this is going to be the level for Polkadot to follow. And if we do drop, like if you do get stopped out of that trade, then you're going to want to pay attention to this level at about 5.4. There is a chance that Polkadot might fall to $6 or even $5.4, because again, if you just take a look at this massive move upwards here, you can see that this is a bullish order block that we have never filled ever. So there is a good chance, right? I'm not saying there's a good chance, but there is a teeny tiny bit of a chance that Polkadot will come back down to $6 and $5.4. In that case, this is going to be the absolute bottom for Polkadot, at least in my humble opinion. Again, not financial advice, but I'm just telling you there is a good chance that this is going to be the bottom. And by the way, if you haven't already followed me on Twitter at _ the art of crypto, you're going to want to do that. This is where I'm sharing the latest market updates and you do not want to miss out. So right now I have given you the exact levels for Polkadot, so make sure you mark them down and go through this video again if you are confused about what to do. And here is just a quick little pitch. If you truly admire the fact that I'm able to do such a solid analysis, and if you watch my previous videos, you know that my calls are pretty much like 80% to 90% accurate, and the things that I say will play out actually do play out. If you're interested to be able to do that for yourself, or maybe you're just serious about crypto or trading as a career, then you're going to want to check out the private Discord group. Over here, not only are we calling profitable daily trading setups, and look at this in the profits page. Man, everyone's killing it. We've probably had many people here who have already paid off their membership in just a couple of months. But the most important thing is that is just a bonus. If you're interested about doing this trading thing for yourself, if you want to learn how to see the charts like I do, you're going to want to check out the private Discord group, and the link is in the description. Right now, monthly is already closed, so you have to pay in crypto and you can get up to 40% off. Now, monthly is closed because I want to be able to dedicate focused attention to every single member, and I cannot do that if there are too many people. So if you're interested to get this focused attention, or just to learn the way that I see the chart and the way that I can snipe all of these entries, you're going to want to check out the private Discord group. And if you have watched until this point so far, I just want you to understand that at the moment you are in the top 10% of people in the world who have taken the time and who have the attention span to watch this video till the end. And right now you are way ahead of 90% of people out there. So I just wanted to tell you, if you keep doing this, trust me, success will come. It is only a matter of when. So I want you to congratulate yourself in the comment section by typing in 10%, and I'm gonna give you back a big fat heart from yours truly. So for now, make sure you mark down those levels if you're interested to do this seriously. And if you just want to filter out 90% of the fluff that's out there that doesn't work, then you're gonna want to check out the private Discord group. I'll see you in the Discord group. For now, my friend, may the gains be with you, and peace.